This past week, there was an announcement that they're going to be expanding neocity into an additional 300 acres or so south into St. Cloud. Right now it sits up in Kissimmee and right on the border. I think it's interesting because everything that is going on there, in our comment section, people say, well, there's nothing there yet, or they keep promising these things that haven't actually been activated yet. And so today, I'm actually gonna show you the entire region right off to the east of Lake Toho and show you everything from downtown Kissimmee all the way through all the massive growth happening in St. Cloud and why I'm really bullish on that area. When you look at the map here, so you've got like Lake Toho, this is big Lake Toho, and you got downtown Kissimmee, you've got a lot of what's going on in St. Cloud already, but this is what we're talking about today. It's that east area of Lake Toho where you've got the connection to downtown Kissimmee all the way through to neocity and then all the way down into Prairie, and then with the new exits off of the Turnpike in 2028 or so, you're going to continue to get a lot of redevelopment in this area. This is going to be really interesting. So this is Nolte right here and Old Canoe Creek. So you're going to have the connection back here over to the Turnpike. This will be open in 2028, which will then give access to Prairie and then eventually everything else that's going on there. It's adding to some of that connectivity that so many people are looking for. But let's see where that actually is going to connect out to. You start to see how they're expanding out that extra couple lanes on the Turnpike there. So now we're in St. Cloud, right off the Turnpike here in Prairie, and we've done a whole video about this area, but this is 1,400 acres of new homes, retail, and office. WMG Development out of Winter Garden just announced that they just took down 95 acres to do the new city center. It's gonna have retail and office and restaurants and everything else that this area just doesn't have right now. And so when you think about the new exit that's coming in and the ease off of the Turnpike, it's going to make this area really accessible and giving you that opportunity to grow into an area probably over the next 10 years or so. Right now, there's not a ton here, and that's why the prices of homes are more affordable than really anywhere else in Central Florida. So now that you understand some of the more residential areas up here, why don't we go over to neocity, and I'll tell you all of the jobs that they're creating in that area. It's interesting, especially in this area where you've got a bunch of different houses on acreage as well, all intermixed with all of these newer neighborhoods. Like here, watch this next neighborhood right here. All of these houses all have acreage. A lot of them have horses. You know, we are helping a lot of people in this area buy homes, whether that's investment properties and or just to live here and be a part of everything else. Or maybe you just want a place that's a little bit less expensive than some of the other major areas in Central Florida. And if you do, reach out at theorlandoreal.com/YouTube and we can help. Twin Oaks is 370 acres of protected land right on the lake here. So one of the things that people get really concerned with all the development in this area is, will these kind of areas be taken away and destroyed? And it's all protected land. And there's a lot of really cool things like paddling trail here, all the way back through. I mean, this is beautiful. This is when you think of like rural, cool Florida, this is what you think of. I left my four-wheeler at home. I know we're in Kissimmee and St. Cloud, in Osceola County, but you're just 30 minutes away from the theme parks, and yet this is right here. This is wild. So Tohoqua is in Kissimmee still, and it has Lennar, Pulte, and Pulte's active adult 55 and older product. And so it's 730 acres. Eventually it's gonna have a high school and a K-8. They've got like 5 miles of trails. Pricing here starts in the 300s, but more realistically, solidly 400s plus. Again, but very, very similarly, 15, 20 minutes away in like St. Nona, where like Orlando blends into St. Cloud, you're looking at $500,000 to $600,000 plus. So when this city town center comes together, connected to Prairie Town Center, Heritage, and then all the way up through Kissimmee, it's gonna be something really special. About a mile up from Tohoqua is Kindred. This is a D.R. Horton community. It's got like 14 different models starting in the mid 350s. You are 10 minutes away from neocity and about 14 minutes from downtown Kissimmee. This is another great option for everything that's building out in this area. One massive development that I completely forgot about is the Whaley Plats. So this is a 750-acre development that has the Crystal Lagoon in the middle. That's just now getting ready to kick off just west of where we're at here as well. And so if you've ever seen kind of Evermore and the Crystal Lagoon they have there, they're gonna put that in the middle and then build houses and retail all around that. And so again, I think you're gonna look up 10 years from now, for sure 15 years from now, when all of this is said and done, and it's gonna be wild to think what it started as not too long ago.
Is it Starbucks time?
Starbucks time.
Is this your second Starbucks of the day? I'm seeing a cup here.
It is. And it's 11:45. That's actually quite a long time between coffee number 1 and 2. If you've ever driven by Osceola Heritage Park, you might have thought, oh, it's a pretty cute little park, kind of similar. It looks a little bit like the Wide World of Sports over near Disney, but this is actually where the Osceola Magic play. That's the G League for the Orlando Magic. It's where the Orlando City Soccer's B team plays. You've got Mecum Auto Auction. There's a lot of big things that happen here all the time, and it's really cool to see this activated on a consistent basis. And right across the street is neocity. Let's go check it out. I've been to all of these places for direct reasons, for appointments and that kind of thing. But to see how all of this interconnection is actually going to happen is going to make this whole region a bit of a powerhouse. Not only if they can get the community piece taken care of, it's not just rooftops that we're trying to add, it's jobs, semiconductor jobs, it's manufacturing jobs, it's other things that are non-theme park, non-hospitality in the area, which is what Osceola is really pushing for. It's wild to see like all the infrastructure is done and pad ready for all these new things that are coming to the area. So this is neocity, and before it even has scratched the surface of what it potentially could be, they're getting ready to expand itself into St. Cloud and touch that cross prairie area that I just showed you. Now this area is going to be similar to Research Park over in Orlando, where you have a lot of high-tech jobs. They're talking about making this more semiconductor and manufacturing, and you've got big companies out of South Korea that want to invest hundreds of millions of dollars into jobs starting as of next year. You also have a $225 million city center that's going to include a performing arts center that will eventually be here. But many people are like, hey, this is all great, but why aren't things moving forward yet? Well, it does feel as though that based on the bond money and some of the TDT funds that are happening, that things will start progressing more and more into the city center. Right off to my right here, we've got downtown Kissimmee. You can see this here, and then as it connects back into St. Cloud, like I mentioned, it is easy to see how this will eventually be that hub that eventually spurs so much growth in the area, much like Research Center has over in Orlando. Right off to my left here, you've got Neocity Academy, which is currently ranked number 92 in the country for 9th through 12th grade, 11th in Florida, and number 1 here in the Orlando area for academics, according to US News and World Report. But it's not just Neocity Academy that's already opened up. We've got companies like SkyWater Technologies, which is a superconductor company that's leading into the idea of being that technology forward and manufacturing company here locally. And so as you see some of these campuses start to open, it's exciting for what's to come here in Neocity. I hope this was a good example of what's going on in this region. You've got neocity, you've got so much housing and retail coming in, and a lot of it has nothing to do with tourism and hospitality, which I'm really excited about, giving us a more diverse economy here in Central Florida. And hey, before you leave, hit the subscribe button as we're putting out new videos every single week, keeping you the most informed audience in Orlando. We'll see you guys on the next video.